Jared Sandler here with you for some Dallas Cowboys Week 1 reaction. I know it stinks being 0-1 because you don't have any wins you can point to and say, but yeah, we look good there, we look good here. And there's definitely some things to be concerned about. One thing that's important to remember here, I think the NFC East is a bad division, so that's going to give the Cowboys some wiggle room. I do not think that this is a good division. But let's go over the game. I have no issue with Mike McCarthy going for it on that 4th and 3. No issue. It's tough to complain. I know that every situation's different, and they're not all the same, but it's tough to complain about Jay Jeezy's conservative approach and then get upset about Mike McCarthy's aggressive approach. The Cowboys defense only gave up 20 points, but let's be real here. Did we have a ton of confidence that if the Cowboys played for the tie, that the Rams wouldn't have been able to go down and get some points? I know that the Cowboys ended up getting stops, and I thought the Rams got a little conservative, at that point. But I was okay with that. The issue there for me was CeeDee Lamb making a rookie mistake. He's going to be explosive, and he's going to be able to get away from people, but not as easily in the NFL as in at OU. He's got to run that route deeper. That drag route has got to be at the first down marker. There's nothing Dak can do there. That is the play is designed to go to CeeDee Lamb. Dak can't throw him beyond the first down line if he's not getting the separation. He threw it. Credit the Rams for being there to make the tackle, but you want CeeDee to run that route so that if the Rams are there to make the tackle, they're at least tackling him at or beyond the first down line. Either way, I don't have a problem with them going for it. I didn't love the 3rd and 6 run play, but with that said, one of your best performers all night was Zeke. And maybe, we say all the time about, predictability. Well, if I were to ask you, what do you think the Cowboys are going to do on 3rd and 6? Pass. You run a draw to Zeke, the guy who's been your best offensive player. Would I prefer a pass? Yes, and it didn't work out. But if it works out, then we're all saying how brilliant they are. My issue is not in that play as much as it is in CeeDee not getting to the first down line and running the route, not the right depth. But I don't mind going for it. I really don't. No issue there. The Cowboys offensively, we mentioned, I thought Zeke was really good. I thought he was a bruiser. He did well in the passing game. He was shifty. I just thought it was a really good game from Zeke. And I think that's a good Rams defense, too. Tight end is an issue. Blake Jarwin out for the year. That sucks. I feel for that guy. He's waited. He had to sit behind a guy whom he was better than last year, and then he comes out here week 1 of the 2020 season out for the year. Dalton Schultz had a tough night. He had some critical drops, some good throws that were dropped. Don't think that Blake Bell, I don't think the Belldozer's the guy to be TE1 either. Charles Clay, Delaney Walker, I think those guys are out there. The Cowboys need to do something because their current tight end situation is not good enough. It's just not. And it showed up after Blake Jarwin's injury last night. Defensively, there were a lot of guys for the Cowboys who I didn't realize or I just forgot they were there. Aldon Smith, not one of them. Aldon Smith was outstanding. I thought he was really, really good. He had over 10 tackles. He had the only sack. We're led to believe this Cowboys D-line is going to be great, and sacks are not the only measurement. They're not the only metric. But this was not a Cowboys D-line that put consistent pressure against Jared Goff. They just didn't. I forgot Everson Griffin was on the Cowboys. The secondary, I know they got an interception and hallelujah that they did. But secondary was just meh. Now, it did seem like the Rams were having their way with the Cowboys, linebacking group and the front 7 throwing a lot of screens and a lot of passes within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. That's not necessarily on the secondary. But I just don't know that I trust the secondary to make a stop when they need to. But I do think the front 7 is an issue. I think that they've got the talent to be an impact front 7, certainly that D-line. I'm worried about Leighton Vander Esch. The collarbone, thankfully, is not the neck, not the back, but where is it in between? The collarbone is in between the neck and the back. I'm not a doctor. I don't know if it's connected or not. I just run and hit linebackers don't last long. All right, running. There's a reason why teams don't invest a ton in run and hit linebackers, whether it's a draft pick or money, because those guys just don't seem to play as long in the NFL anymore. The guys who did in the past, you can point to them, but that's the past. It's different. It's a different game. There's not as much of a place for them, and they're more susceptible to injury. I worry if Leighton Vander Esch is ever going to be able to have the type of impact he had in 2018. And I wonder if Leighton Vander Esch plays after this year. It seems like he's just one injury away from deciding, you know what, it's just physically I can't do it. I don't know, but I just worry about when or if Leighton Vander Esch is ever a factor for this defense. I do think the Cowboys at times looked like a team with a very new coaching staff that didn't have, a normal offseason or preseason. But a lot of teams had to deal with that. Not necessarily a big excuse, just an observation. I thought Dak was fine. Listen, if Michael Gallup doesn't get called for a pass interference, we're going to get to that in a second, then we're speaking very differently. Dak made a beautiful throw there. That was a big situation, right? That was clutch time. And his throw deep downfield, challenging Jalen Ramsey to Michael Gallup, was beautiful. He had some throws that were dropped. We talked about Dalton Schultz. I thought Dak was fine. Was Dak great yesterday? No, I'm not going to say Dak was great, but I thought Dak was fine. I definitely don't think Dak cost them the game, and he almost sure as heck won them the game with that throw. Let's go to that call. Did I think that was pass interference? No. Jalen Ramsey, we always talk in the NBA, who's going to get the call, the LeBron's going to get the call and Kawhi's going to get the call, especially when they're going up against a younger guy. And, there's the strike zone that maybe is different for an all-star versus a rookie in Major League Baseball. I think Jalen got the call. Michael Gallup after the game, interestingly enough, said, listen, I didn't even need to do anything. It wasn't worth extending the arm. I had him beat. I understand that, there's a lot of hand fighting, between receivers on those types of routes. I thought Jalen got the call. I didn't think he deserved the call. It's not his fault. Great job by him of acting. That's a pretty ballsy thing to do, is to act, on a critical play instead of go for the ball and try and make the play. But didn't think it was a pass interference. Cowboys got unlucky there. Thought Dak was fine. Zeke, as we mentioned, was really good. Right tackle, Steele, not so great. I know it's a good Rams defense. Right tackle seems to be an issue until they get Lyle back. They need Lyle Collins. In general, I'm not going to be doom and gloom about one game. The Cowboys looked rusty. They, again, didn't look like a team that was in midseason form, and that's okay. The one thing I'd like to see, both defensively and offensively, more aggression. It just seems like this team is at its best when they are aggressive, when their foot is on the pedal. It doesn't mean you always pass on first down. That doesn't mean you abandon the running game. The running game was big, but I just want to see this team blitz more. I want more aggression defensively. I want more aggression offensively. And again, it's not one thing. I just want to, at the end of the game, watch and say, man, listen, the Cowboys lost, but I thought they were aggressive. Because I just tend to think that's when they're at their best, and I didn't necessarily see that yesterday. There you go. Those are my Week 1 Cowboys thoughts. Don't worry, Cowboys fans. Season's not over just yet. Remember, it's a bad division. The Cowboys should win this division. I don't want to say easily, but, I don't think this is going to come down to the final 2 weeks. I really don't, and hopefully the Cowboys get back on their feet tomorrow. There you go. Some Cowboys thoughts. Stay safe. Be healthy. We'll talk to you soon.